All right, hopefully people come in here. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Um, this is strictly gonna be me talking. Um, I wish OBS Studio had like a watcher tab, but it doesn't, and that's super annoying. Um, but yeah, just give me a second here. I'll start clearing some stuff up when I notice people are coming in here. Let me pop out the real. I'm gonna have dog hair all over my pillow because my dog is laying directly on my pillow. Actually, her butt is. Okay, now she rolled again. Um, I'm just gonna get started here. So that video that I just put up is doing way better um than any of my other videos do that I put up. That's the funny thing, guys. Like every time I do a video like this, it does way better than any of my other videos that I ever put up in the entire month. And that's kind of where I'm at. Is like that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Is because my channel is literally it's almost like it's broken. Like I broke it, and there's no way I can fix it because with everything compounded onto it, Dylan Anderson, the GoFundMe, all that stuff. The Dylan Anderson stuff is the only reason I got remonetized in the first place. That's the only reason I get super chats on this channel right now. I'm not saying don't send me any because I don't want any super chats right now. But I'm just saying that it's because of Dylan Anderson. If he wouldn't have done that video 2 years ago or whatever it was, none of the monetization things, 70,000 subs would not have happened. I still would have been at like I think it was like 11,000 subs that I ended up on after the GoFundMe, which I was okay with. Like that was still a decent number to like build off of. And I think I got up to like after the GoFundMe, it was like 12,000. Then after Wavy Webster did his video, it was like it went up by like 2,000 subs, like 14,000 or something like that. I don't really remember because that was a while ago. But I felt like that was a good number to build off of. And um sorry, I heard a whooshing noise. That was the AC kicking on. Um but that I felt like 14,000 was a decent number to build off on because on my own on this channel I got to 1,000 subs back in like I'll have to look on my Facebook page. I don't remember when it was, but I know I marked it when I hit it because I was like, holy crap, I got 1,000 subs. That's a big deal for any content creator. Your first 100, 500, and 1,000 subs, that's a big deal. For me, 1,000 subs was like where I was going to be at forever. I never thought I'd be at 70,000 subs. I never thought monetization would be a thing. I never thought you could monetize your channel and make money from it. But I always thought that was a neat idea. That was in my head before monetization was official because I saw people like James Rolfe doing it, like making money from it. And I was like, well, if he can do it, why can't I do it? I didn't like AVGN at the time because I'll be honest, that was during my big heyday of collecting handle games still, and that's why I made this channel what it is. But looking back at it now, that was a dumb reason not to like James Rolfe. James Rolfe, AVGN is one of the pillars of YouTube. He is like somebody that I don't want to say trailblazed, but He kind of did. He was one of the first people that actually made YouTube a thing. And then there was like PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, people like that. And then it just started ballooning from there. More and more people started doing YouTube and making a living doing it, either through YouTube, AdSense revenue, or Patreon. Like me, Patreon is a big reason why I still continued to do handle game for as long as I did. Honestly, guys, there were times I wanted to quit 3 or 4 years ago and move on to a different channel. I just never did because I was like already built what I thought was a decently sizable audience with 75,000 subs, but how many of those people actually watch me? Honestly, it doesn't seem like that many to me most of the time. And like I said, I think I know why. I said this in the video. I think I know why. It's because Dylan Anderson, I know his heart was in the right place. I'm not blaming him for how my channel went, the way my channel has gone. He is not the reason I'm making this decision. I've wanted to do this for years. I swear to you guys, I wanted to do this for years. I think Dylan Anderson was just like the tipping point that made me want to do it more. It's because after all that I blew up for a little bit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start firing videos out and see what sticks. Nothing really stuck. Like the Dragon Ball Superhero video I did got like a little over 1,000 views, like 1,500 views or something like that. That was decent for my channel at the time because I wasn't getting that kind of views normally. Sometimes a video would do fairly well, but most of the time my videos would get like at most a couple hundred views, and that'd be it. And then it would just fall off. And I was like, okay. But then it just petered out. It just no matter what videos I did, it didn't matter. And maybe I should have stuck with something first, like done a couple of videos of movie stuff first, and then like moved on to like retro game monthly or whatever the hell I called that series I wanted to start. Which I probably will bring that back, the retro game monthly thing, because if you guys don't know this about me, I play a shit ton of like retro games, like NES, Super Nintendo. There's a ton of good games on there. That oh my god, no, no, no. I have not tried any Souls games. I'll tell you guys this. If you guys really want me to try a Souls game, I will try a Souls game, but I am not gonna stream it or anything like that. But I will do a video on my thoughts on it because I know for a fact I will struggle way harder than any able-bodied person would. Because for me, gaming is somewhat a little more difficult depending on the game. Like if it's a game like a Souls game like Elden Ring or whatever, I know that I'm gonna struggle with it because I don't have quite as much dexterity as a normal person does. You need fast reflexes. I don't have that to play a game like that. Could I adapt to it and make I know there's stuff in there that can like assist you with certain things. Could I do it that way and be like decent at it? Probably, but I don't think it'd be very fun for people to watch. And plus, I don't have the right kind of setup right now to really stream like PS5 or PC stuff. Like I need a dual monitor setup, which is something I mentioned. And like I said, I've talked with my dad about that because he's helped me set this stuff up before, and my wife and stuff. But it's difficult for us to work around my disability. It makes it hard because the living room's already full enough as it is, and that's what makes YouTube hard for me, and that's why I kind of had a breakdown. Is oh, so do I. That's what I hope. But that's my goal. Is I I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was stupid back in 2009. I should not have done a channel strictly based around handheld games. Because back when YouTube was first a thing, I had one channel called Super Metroid Lover. I don't know if any of you guys know who the hell that is or what that is. That was me. My dad remembers that. That was me. That channel got removed for copyright reasons because I was dumb, putting stuff up from like Adult Swim, songs from like Robot Chicken, Moral Oral, stuff like that. Other stuff like about the R4 flashcard for DS and stuff like that. And I was putting stuff up that got my channel hot water, so it got removed and whatever. It was what it was. And then yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's too many dead subs. That's my thing. Is when people sub to me with the Dylan Anderson stuff, they sub to me because they thought I was a short form content creator. I'm not. I'm not knocking those people that do shorts. If that's what you like, then you do you. That's not my thing. Like honestly, shorts I don't really watch them too much. If something catches my eye, I'll watch it. But most of the time, I like this stuff where I sit down 20, 30, 40 minutes with the video, eat a snack, drink a water, Gatorade, whatever I'm drinking, and just sit back and chill. That's the kind of stuff I like. That's the kind of stuff I should have done back in like 2009. I should have pioneered that. People were doing that back in like 2011, 2012. That's when that kind of stuff started. And I wish I would have been one of the first people to do that. I wanted to, but I didn't have the right kind of equipment or the right kind of reach at the time that I have or had after the GoFundMe, because that's what spurred me to do that. After I got my Switch, people were like, do videos on the Switch and asking me to do different kind of videos. And I'm like, maybe I should. And then I really enjoy doing it and streaming like this. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy interacting with people. But the problem is that I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. YouTube's not gonna win. The algorithm may have beat this channel, but it's not gonna beat my other channel. Rolling with Kevin is going to pop off. My dad even said that name fits me more than Handle Game Fan ever did. And I feel like that's true. And the other thing is, I need to actually put my name out there, not be ashamed of it. That's the other thing too, guys, is that every time somebody asks me what I do in my free time, I always say nothing, because to me, YouTube always felt like a lower thing to not be proud of something that I did. And I'm getting kind of emotional now about it, because I shouldn't have done that because I built this. I started this channel myself. The only one that helped me was my wife. God bless her. Like, she's why I do this. She's why I want to restart and do this again. I don't want to give up on this. You guys are the greatest people on the planet. You guys supported me, my family, my wife through my roughest time in my life. When that wheelchair van broke down, I thought my life was over. I was seriously on the verge of being like, just not wanting, like a recluse. I didn't want to do anything after that. I didn't think the GoFundMe would ever do anything. I really didn't. And that saved how I felt about humanity in general, like people in general. Like, yeah, you hear about on the news about all these bad things that happens, these shootings, all this other stuff, but you never hear about the positive stuff like that. That's the one thing I always go back to and think of. That's the one thing that I can think of that where that was proof that the human race can come together and help someone that needs it. Because we needed it. I didn't think people cared. I really didn't. I didn't think people cared. I didn't think people would care. The fact that people cared, the fact that you guys still care now today and are willing to support this new idea that I have means the world to me. A lot of people would just give up and say, you know what, I'm done with YouTube and be done with it. But I owe YouTube a lot. YouTube shaped who I became as an adult. I was still like barely an adult when I started this channel. I was 19, basically. I was like 18, 19 years old when I started this. I was barely an adult. And I was just doing it for the hell of it. But then when life beat us down and beat me down, you guys were there to pick us up. That's what's kept me going. That's why I'm not stopping. I can't give up on this. I just can't bring myself to do it. I created the new channel. I haven't done anything with it, like a new logo, nothing like that. It's just type in "rolling with Kevin," one word. It might come up, it might not. I can give you guys a link to it. Give me 1 second. I don't know if it'll let me log into it while I'm streaming. I'll see if I can just search it and find it. Maybe. Give me 1 second. I'll try to find it for you guys. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. Let me wipe the tear away from my eye. Um, let me see if it comes up. Yeah, it's not coming up because I literally don't have anything with it. Um, I don't know if it'll let me do it when I'm streaming. Let me see if let me see what it'll do. It might let me do it since I'm actively like streaming, so it won't do anything. I don't think. It's on the same channel basically. Like, I'll explain how it works. I say, give me 1 second. I'll explain it. What I wanted. What's the view channel thing? Yeah. I know how YouTube Studio works, idiot. I've done it before. Stupid YouTube. There it is. Thank God, found it. God, YouTube is so convoluted. I hate how the website always changes how it does crap. It's so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna drop it here. Like I said, it's bare bones right now. I don't even have a special URL yet. You have to have like a certain amount of subs, but maybe if enough people sub to it, I'll be able to at least get a special URL made up. So I can give you directly, like it'll be youtube.com/rolling with Kevin instead of like mine is now, like rolling, like instead of handle game fan. That's what you guys will see. But anyway, God, I'm trying not to get emotional about this, but that's what I mean. YouTube, and let me gush about my wife for a second. Okay, I know I don't talk about her a lot on this channel, and I'm leaving this live stream up, to be honest. So, and it's if it's monetized, I apologize for that. If someone wants it, I'll change it after the fact. If you guys are seeing ads, I apologize for that. I'm gonna turn off monetization on this live stream after it gets posted, just so you guys can watch it straight through with no ads, anything like that. But I want to gush about my wife for a second. because she doesn't get enough love on this channel, I don't think. She is the reason why this channel even exists. Back in high school, we met sophomore year of high school, and we struck up a conversation because of anime of all things. Dragon Ball Z specifically for me. And that's why we became friends. And that's the best thing still. When you get married to somebody or date somebody, if you don't have common interests or you don't see them as like your best friend or your friend, the marriage can't work. Honestly, it really can't. And I think our marriage shows that no matter how hard it gets, because she does a lot for me and my older brother. She does a lot. Stuff that no human should have to do for another human, pertaining to like personal hygiene stuff and things like that. And restroom things. She helps with that stuff with me specifically, not my brother. My brother's pretty much independent, just helping him with making food and stuff. That's what she does for him. But for me, she does a lot more than what anyone should do. On top of helping me film videos when I needed it, when I needed the help. This was before we were married. She would always have her grandma drop her off. She would come over for a couple hours, help me film stuff, and then go back home. And this was before we were officially dating. We joke about it now because we know we were always dating, but like we weren't official until like late sophomore year, junior year. That's when we officially made it, because that's when she first kissed me, to be honest. That's when I knew that she liked me, and plus I overheard her grandma say like, "Oh, she really likes Kevin," and I'm like, yes, hell yeah, let's go. That's what I was excited about it. But Stephanie, my wife, is a huge reason why this channel exists. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even want to do another channel all by myself, because I didn't think I could make it work, because I screwed up the last one, my first one, so I was like, well, what can I do now? I didn't have any ideas until Handle Game Fan came along. And like I said, that was a dumb idea. And even early on, I even thought about moving away from that early on, like I said. But I didn't, because I was like, well, I haven't filmed all my Handle games yet. I want to do that first and then move on from that. But I never did, because it just didn't work out that way. Plus, like the name Handle Game Fan, I never really liked it anyway. I just came up with it. Literally, how I came up with Rolling with Kevin was because I was literally sitting there stewing in like my own wallowing pity and being like, oh, what can I do with my YouTube? How can I fix it? And I'm like, wait a minute. Instead of fixing Handle Game Fan, because there's a lot of dead subs and people that don't watch me, like someone said in the chat, and I was like, I need to reinvent myself. People know my name is Kevin. I need to work off of that. So I was like, what can I do with my name? And I was sitting there thinking, and I was looking at my wheelchair. I was like, huh, Rolling with Kevin, that works. It works. Because you're rolling with me. I'm rolling around all day. That's all I do. That's my version of walking. You're rolling with me. I like the name. I wish I would have thought about it years ago and thought of it years ago. I think it would have caught on. But like I said in the video, in this day and age, I think I have more of a chance now to catch on, just because of my disability and how people perceive like how amazing it is that I play video games and stuff like that. Like my dad is still dumbstruck that I can play video games as well as I do. I've been at conventions, entered small tournaments, and almost won an entire tournament. And somebody that was narrating the whole thing whispered, it was like, I overheard him. He was like, wow, this guy can actually play video games pretty well, talking about me. So that's the angle I should have went with. And I talked about video games from my perspective. That's kind of what I want to do with this channel and just other stuff in general, just like a hodgepodge. Because I like movies and anime and TV shows and stuff like that. I just want to pump out my interest and see. And like I said, whatever kind of content sticks, whatever people seem to gravitate towards, if it's the movie stuff, if it's the video game stuff, if it's the anime stuff, whatever it is, that's what I'll focus on. I'll do a few videos of each thing starting out, see what does best in views, but I'll still sprinkle on a little bit here and there, but I'll mainly try to focus on something that I know will gravitate towards an audience. But I also want to keep the channel fresh and be my own thing and I don't want to just cater to what everyone wants. I also am going to sprinkle in some things that I want to talk about. Like when I talked about Phantasm movies on here. Like who actually cares about those? Probably nobody, but stuff like that. I might do one video like that a month or something like that. But like that's the whole reason why I'm doing this channel. This new channel is because I need a fresh start. Because every time I open up YouTube Studio, look at my channel numbers on here, it's always in the negative. It's downtrending. And it's heartbreaking for me. But I feel like if I don't see it, and if I see growth on a new thing, it will reinvigorate me to do better things. And I want to get better. I want to structure my videos better. I want to get better at editing, stuff like that. Learn better ways of doing things the best I can. I can't make you guys any promises and say like all my videos are going to be like S tier. I mean, at most, I'm going to try to make them like B tier, at least. I want them to be watchable and enjoyable for people. That's all I want. I I, I will say this. I've been recognized twice at conventions. One locally and one time at Too Many Games. The local one was this past year. Someone came up to me and they were looking at me weird, and I'm like, why is that person staring at me? And they looked at me and they were like, hey, are you a Handle Game fan? And I was like, yes. That's how I said it. I was like, did he just ask if I was a Handle Game fan? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Why? He's like, oh, dude, I love your content. And I'm like, thanks, man. That's awesome. I was like, how long have you been watching? I don't remember what he said, but he genuinely liked my content. And to me, that was enough. One person, if I made an impact on one person, that one person can do something nice for someone else or something, or do something that makes a difference somewhere else. If my attitude and positivity come through these videos in that way to make somebody's day better, maybe they can go make someone else's day better and affect their life in a positive way. Positivity is what I want to exude, not all this woe is me crap. I don't want to exude that. And recently, I feel like I have been on my videos. I just don't have the same peppy energy I used to, because I feel like I'm defeated. But ever since I talked to my dad the past 2 weeks, I literally had almost a mental breakdown. I was bawling my eyes out, guys. It was bad. on Father's Day. I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was just like, I can't, Dad, I can't do it. And then we just sat there talking for, it felt like hours, but I think it was like an hour and a half. But it was very therapeutic. It made me realize that life is is always changing, and I just have to play the cards I was dealt. I was dealt a raw deal with having cerebral palsy. Is it the end of the world? No. Do I feel like it is some days? There are some days that are better than others, but you pick yourself up, you move on. It's the way life works. And I just have to learn to deal with that. If I didn't have someone like my wife to be here with me and help take care of me and all this other stuff, it would it would be hell. It would be hell, guys. Like, my wife has changed not only my life, but my parents' lives as well. And my older brother as well. Oh, yeah, if you guys can hear that, people are letting off firecrackers for some reason. I don't know if you heard that. But yeah. Anyway, but I know people have it rougher than I do, and that's what I don't want to exude that. I want to exude positivity. Look, my life is great. It's better than it should be. I'm luckier than I deserve to be. To be honest with you guys. Well, I mean, look at all these people commenting in my chat right now. Like, I I am blessed beyond belief. I have Patreon supporters that support my channel, and just memberships on here that still support my channel, even though I don't do anything with it. I really I want to capitalize on memberships with my new channel if I ever get to that point. But like, what could I do with those, to be honest? Like, besides streaming a lot more, and maybe doing like exclusive videos for like my members and my Patreon supporters and stuff like that. That's something I'm gonna look into as well. Just doing like special like Patreon only videos and early access stuff. I'm gonna bring all that stuff back because guys, I'm telling you, be ready because I am gonna be going super hard with Rolling with Kevin. These next few weeks and months, you're going to be seeing a lot more content from me. If there's something going on that I think I can talk about or think that I have enough merit to talk about, I'm going to talk about it no matter if I think it's going to do well or not. So just be ready. Like, you're going to be bombarded with my stupid face on your YouTube feed. So just be ready, guys, because it's gonna be a lot. But I I have to be consistent. That's the biggest thing. I can't falter at all. Unless I get like really sick or something, then yeah, that's an exception to the rule. But I have to at least do 1 to 2 videos a week. And on weekends, maybe take a break. Maybe have like just a random just talk to you guys about just a random topic or something. Because weekends are pretty slow for like video game news and stuff like that. But that's kind of where I am, man. Like, oh, I'm not gonna push myself, but I've got to do it enough to where like it's gonna get seen by YouTube. Like, I want the algorithm because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've noticed it with YouTube's main home feed. They've been pushing a lot of smaller content creators recently, and that's kind of what made me want to do this now. Is like, because I was gonna wait till at the end of the year to do it, but I was like, well, if I do it now, if YouTube's actually pushing smaller channels, now would be my time to do it. Because my 15-year anniversary on YouTube for this channel is coming up next month. I forget the exact day. It was July, but 15 years is a long time to be doing a channel. And that I was like, do I wait till after that or do I do it before? But then I had the meltdown, my mental breakdown, whatever you want to call it, and I was like, I gotta do it now because it's killing me not doing it now. So, but I think the future for me is pretty bright. And if I never, I'm not, guys, I'm not saying like I want to get to be like a million subs. I don't. That's not what I mean. I want to get back to the point of enjoyment. I'm doing it just to appease some weird thing. I'm trying to. What the hell was that about? I don't know what that was. Okay, whatever. But that's what I want to do. I want to get back to this kind of me, that the kind of me that's happy, exuberant, and not like, oh, here's another video, guys. Here you go, and not put any work into it. I need to put more work into my stuff. I need to not be as lazy and do better, be better. I can put a little more work into my stuff and make it be a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I just haven't wanted to do it with this channel specifically because I knew it wouldn't matter. Like, I don't know who it was, but someone said there's a lot of dead subs on this channel. There is not physically dead, but people that just don't watch me anymore. It's the nature of YouTube. That's fine. But like 70,000, who knows what number of people don't watch me? I don't know. And that's hurting me more than it's helping me. That number, it looks big and sounds big, but it is not in the grand scheme of things. Views and likes and all that stuff is what really gets you noticed. And then when that happens, then people start noticing you, and then your subscriptions might balloon. Might. I'm not saying this is going to be a big titular moment for me and be like the thing that really takes off. Could it? Yes. Will it? Time will tell. If I exude the same energy I did back in 2009 as I am now in 2024, be exuberant and less frustrated about stuff, and be honest about stuff and just be open and do videos about things that I want to talk about, or videos about gaming with disabilities in general, like gaming with CP. That's a whole other thing. I could do different kind of topics on certain games, how I play certain games, why I play them the way I play them, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I would like to do as well. Explain to people why I stay away from games like Souls and first person shooters and stuff like that. Do videos like that. Explain from my point of view. I'm not saying my point of view is going to be the same for everybody that has cerebral palsy, because cerebral palsy is different. There's different severities of it. Mine's bad, but it's not like real bad. It's bad to the point where I can't use my legs, and my voice and my speech is kind of mumbly and kind of stumbly, but for other people, it's not like that. Like, see, like right there, I trailed off. That was part of that right there. I had the thought, I just couldn't get it out because my brain up here doesn't. It's not as snappy as normal. I don't like using that term. Able-bodied people are. I don't like saying normal. I'm normal, but you get what I mean. Back in like the 90s and stuff, that's how I always would describe myself to people and themselves. Like, oh, you guys are normal. I'm disabled. No, I should have been looking at like I'm normal. I'm just differently abled. I'm not. It's not like that I'm disabled. I just can't do other things able-bodied people can do. I'm still normal. I still have a sense of humor, stuff like that. Like I can still laugh. So that's it, guys. That's all this. I didn't want to freak anybody out. I don't want to. I am. If I ever stop YouTube, I will. You guys thought I cried when the GoFundMe stuff happened. I'll be bawling if I ever decide to quit YouTube. The only way I'll quit YouTube is if they quit. Because honestly, I don't know how much longer YouTube can be the only platform out there that's actually like focused on content creation of this kind. Like, yeah, there's Twitch, but that's live streaming only. Eventually, something better than YouTube will come along, and when that happens, I'll probably move on to it, depending on how this goes. Not this channel, the other channel. I gotta keep saying that. And I'm not deleting this channel. This channel is gonna stay up. No matter if this channel stays at like 75,000 or dips down to like 10,000 and the other channel gets to like 40,000, I'm still gonna keep this channel as a record of what I was, and Rolling with Kevin will be what I became. That's my goal. It's to show what my true potential is and could be. This could be something good or big for me. Or it could just be something that I have fun doing and it gets moderate success or a small amount of success and it makes me feel accomplished. That's all I really want. Is to feel worth something, like I accomplished something in my life or just in general daily. Like I just want to feel like I'm like I have a purpose. That's what I kept saying to my dad yesterday when I talked to him yesterday about it. I was like, Dad, I just want a purpose in life. And he's like, everybody wants that. Everyone wants that. He's like, you just feel like you don't have one because it's harder for you. And he's right. I never felt like I had a purpose. The only time I ever did in my life was when the GoFundMe happened. I felt like that was my purpose is to save my family from being ruined. But that was you guys. That wasn't me. I was just throwing it out there for everyone to see. I didn't know that was gonna happen. You guys made it happen, not me. You all did that, not me. I didn't do that. I just planted the seed. You guys gave it the fertilizer it needed. But I just want purpose in life. But I have it already. I already have that. I'm married to a beautiful woman for 9 years. It'll be 10 years next year. She's doing something big for 10-year anniversary. I don't know what it is. She won't tell me. Hell, whatever it is, I'll probably wind up streaming it because it's a huge deal. 10-year marriage. You guys were there for that. We didn't like publicize our wedding or nothing, but I talked about it. Everyone knew about it. So you guys saw us balloon into a full-fledged couple. Like YouTube is a big part of who I've become. Like you guys shaped the person that I am now. I was completely different 20 years ago when I was a teenager. I didn't know what my life was going to be. I didn't think I would have a wife. I didn't think I'd have anybody to be with all day, every day, talk to. I thought my life would be just nothing, just boring, a boring existence. But my life has purpose. I feel like if I can make one person's day better with what I'm doing, on YouTube, one person, if I can just do that one thing, if one video gets one view and that one view does one thing for somebody, and they go out and do something else for somebody, or donate to some charity, or some do something positive, and or make a positive change in their own life, or I stop someone from doing something horrible or something like that, if me doing a video makes someone's day, then that that's enough. That's enough for me. That's the way I have to look at things. My life does have purpose. YouTube can be that purpose. If I don't make money from this, whatever. Money doesn't buy happiness. The only thing money does for you, like my dad said, is make life easier for people. It makes life livable because you need money to survive, but you don't need it to be happy. Which is true. You don't need money to be happy or survive technically. Like you could survive off the grid and not worry about money, but like you get what I mean. You do need money for certain things in life, but it doesn't buy you happiness. It can just make that go push that part of your feelings down. It'll give you that dopamine dump and make you feel happy for like a few hours, and then boom, you're back to be like, oh well, my money's gone, nothing matters anymore. That's all money does. I I'm not in this for the money, guys. I'm in it for the fun, for the for the for the fun, and for the just making people happy and making people realize that life is worth living. Life can be fun. Life can be good. You just have to look at it from a different way. Stop looking at all the negative things in life. Look at the positive things. Look at what I've built from the time that I was born to now. This is what it's led up to. Is this? Have I made a difference in people's lives? I don't think I have, but obviously I have my parents, my wife, my brothers, you guys in here. I've made a difference. But I never have felt that until recently, until like just taking stock of it all and looking at life and looking at what I've actually accomplished. I've done a lot with my 34 years of life. Sure, it's not making me money and it's not doing anything like that, but it's making a difference in people's lives. It's helping them get through their day. That they might be having a crappier day than I am. If it helps them get through a day, that's what's important. Making someone else's day. Obviously, I've done that. Excuse me. That's why I shouldn't like chug milk before I do this live stream. But let's finish up the chocolate milk we had because I didn't want it to go to waste. Anyway, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get going here because my wife is probably gonna be coming home here soon. Yeah, it's like 7:02. She's probably on her way home now. So, and usually when she gets home, we get a shower, she goes to bed, all that stuff. And like I said, I, well, if you guys didn't watch the video yet, I will make this final announcement for you guys, for anyone that's here. If anyone is going to or lives in the Pennsylvania area and is going to too many games, my wife and I are going to be there this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and maybe a little bit on Sunday, but mainly Friday and Saturday. So if you guys see my beautiful, sexy face, don't be afraid to come say hi to us. So we will be there. If you guys see us walking around or if I run into you or something, or if I run over you by accident, my bad. But just come say hi if you see us. If you think you see me, just come say hi. It would make my day. I'm sure it would make your day too to see my beautiful face in person. So if you guys are there, let me know. And thank you guys so much for supporting. Thank you guys for all the chat comments. I'm sorry I didn't read them all. It's really hard to focus on that with the way my setup is. We're gonna try to get that figured out eventually. But thank you guys so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Peace out.